One of the great things is when you get to meet your childhood hero and they turn out to be way better than you ever could have thought. Because sometimes you end up meeting your hero and they stink.
Who'd you have that with?
I had it with Patrick Ewing, and it just was a
cool.
nightmare.
It was a night? Oh,
yeah,
that was the bad one.
That was the bad one.
What happened?
He just wasn't nice. I wanted him to sign something. I met him in an elevator, and I was obsessed with the Knicks, and I loved him.
How old were you? It was like 3 years ago?
I was 26, and I was in Houston, and he just wasn't nice. And now he's nice since, but it's hard to get over the first impression.
You don't take into account maybe he was having a bad day.
It doesn't matter. Or that it was the eve of Game 7.
Or
just be nice.
Or don't ask for an interview or
I just wanted something. But then you get to a place where you get to run a baseball team and you get to bring in a player at a critical moment. And not only does he turn out to be better than you thought, but you end up gaining a lifelong friend. So much so.
You all right, Chris? Chris, you okay?
Nah.
Making a blunder like that in front of
I
Mr.
said
Marlin,
interview
you fool!
instead of autograph in front of Jeff. I'm embarrassed.
You turned off your mic and you're like, thinks I'm stupid.
Niner didn't even give it a thought. But thank you for completely blowing the onboarding and doing it exactly why there's never any Marlins on this show. Little known fact there. We got Jeff Conine, Mr. Marlin, to join us.
Yeah.
He deserves an applause from everybody watching.
This is big for legacy fans of the show that don't even care about the Marlins because they know that Jeff Conine is Mr. Marlin because he's referenced so often as such on our show.
You're the most famous Marlin ever. You're in the Marlins Hall of Fame.
How about that?
You're the first ever.
Inductee. That was a pretty cool honor, actually. You know, you go around your baseball career and, you know, you get into multiple halls of fame, Broward County, but to be for your team after 30 years, that was pretty cool.
Was it cooler to be on the Hall of Fame ballot in Cooperstown?
That was also pretty cool.
That's cool.
Even though I didn't get one token vote from these people down here, these writers down here. They couldn't give me one little tiny, hey.
Were you 0.0?
Yeah, not one vote.
You were on the ballot,
Clark
though.
Spencer.
I was on the ballot, but not one vote.
People don't realize it's hard to be on the Hall of Fame ballot.
Well, there's only, 20 guys on there?
We spent so much time wondering whether we should do a Marlins Hall of Fame, and we just never got to it. And then after Jose died, the team got sold, and that was it. Everyone was gone, and including us. And then the new owners came in, and then once they got rid of Jeter, I believe that's when the Hall of Fame was born. And you were the perfect first inductee.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Still the only player. Did I see that they're doing Luis Castillo? Is that was announced?
In a couple weeks, yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
So they've done, just put that up a little bit. And so what they do is they came up with two managers because they've won 2 World Series and 2 players. Now, people don't realize Luis Castillo has some of the greatest numbers in Marlins history. He's a franchise guy. And then Jeff Conine is Mr. Marlin.
Are Jeff and Luis Castillo the only 2 Marlins with both World Series?
Uno.
You're the only one?
I'm the only one, yeah.
Luis wasn't also on like he wasn't in the system in the 97?
He was in the system, but we ended up, he was not performing very well, so we got Craig Counsell to take his place, basically.
He doesn't get a ring?
No, he got a ring.
Okay, well, there you
but
go.
he wasn't on the postseason roster, so he didn't really get a ring.
So you and Luis Castillo, the only 2 that have
we're in the system.
I'm with Jeff here.
Rings
Jeff's the only one.
What a kiss.
Well, he was the only
Mike
one that was
Lowell?
playing.
I'm the only one that played in both.
What about Lowell?
Oh, he didn't become a Marlin
was still
until
in the Yankee system,
99 or something like that.
So
2000.
So there was not one other player.
Not one.
I don't know if you know, there was a fire sale after 97.
You were an active participant in one of them.
Not the one after 97.
Not the one after 97.
And we didn't. Can
You
we
reap
now
the
put an
benefits.
end to
I will
this?
disagree with that. People say that all the time. Oh, we blew up the team after 2003. That is
Team was
categorically
really
false.
good in 05.
No.
We had a good team, both 04 and 05.
Yeah.
We
We
had
gave you
chances.
flowers.
We had chances.
We gave you flowers, David. You guys went for it. You got the Delgado trade, and then when that didn't work, then you blew up the team. And then after you got the stadium that you said
Are
was
you
a problem.
kidding? We
why
were
you
into the
didn't blow up
very
team?
end in 2005 in the wild card race.
And
like
then the
a week to
hurricane
go.
came and screwed everything up. You had all the double headers.
Exactly. We had 21 games in 20 days or something like that. And
In
we were
different
right to
places.
the very end. We had to play a game in Chicago against
Against the, wasn't it the Expos?
Expos in Chicago.
And we couldn't stay at a regular hotel.
Yeah, it was awful.
Now, you guys were red hot before the schedule took a dump. And it was like, I remember as a Marlin fan, I was like, I think they're going to win the World Series again.
Yeah.
And then you had all the
David
scheduling.
Weathers had to do a spot start. It was crazy.
So then they blew everything up after they got rid of me in 05.
There
so
you go.
that's when it
Now
went
we got
That's
it.
when it went downhill.
That's what we were trying to say.
You told me I was worthless, so. No mas.
What the hell?
What I said is that if you want an opportunity to continue your career,
It ain't gonna be with
It's
us.
not gonna
See
be.
you later.
So how do you become friends with this person after something like that?
Hey, it was business. It was business.
it was just business.
Nothing personal.
But most players can't separate the two.
A lot cannot. You are correct. They take it personal and they have grudges and realize this is a business that needs to be run as such, and we are just part of the plan, basically.
We brought Niner into the business after he retired, and now he fully understands it. And I bet you that the answer to this question, because Niner is known as Mr. Marlin, but I would assume that having Griffin, your son, as a big leaguer, is that a bigger moment than winning the World Series? Watching your son hit a home run in the big leagues?
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, come on.
Really?
He hit a tying home
I
run
believe
the
it.
day he got inducted into the. That was awesome. That moment.
That
believe
was
it.
incredible.
That's
Absolutely
cooler
incredible.
than the throw home.
It's your kid, man, and you've seen him since he was 10 years old,
know,
put
but
on
it's
a
you,
uniform, and like, you didn't think he was going to be that good. People asked me all the way up to probably his sophomore year of high school, is your kid going to play college baseball? I'm like, yeah, he might, Division II, Division III. And then all of a sudden that switch flips and he becomes a monster. He grows 4 inches and puts on 30 pounds in one summer. And now he gets Broward County Player of the Year. And like, okay, now he's a Division I player and goes to Duke. And then it's all about him. It's all about trying to help him along in his path to the big leagues. And that's all he wanted. He went to Duke, but he majored in baseball.
But you won a World Series.
I actually won 2 World Series.
So how is that not? I don't know. You're just a better dad, I guess. But like him hitting a home run was cool. Don't get me wrong. You threw out JT Snow at the plate to advance.
What a throw.
Do we sometimes think Pudge gets all the credit for that? People talk about the whole. No, I'm with you. But the throw, that perfect one hop throw,
Unbelievable.
doesn't get
throw.
enough love. I think.
Well, he got a lot of love from Oogie when he tackled him at home plate. That's for sure.
Well, you hadn't gotten there yet.
No,
You were
shoot.
still running in. Oogie
was-
did the hug before you could run in.
Yeah, it was the strangest play.
I was
Jeff,
watching
it was
that
in
replay.
slow motion.
The ball bounces and kind of goes to your left. Like you had to almost reach your glove out.
That was the toughest part of the entire
That's what
play.
I'm saying. That
Yeah,
play is
by far.
sneaky tough because
It almost skipped by
It's
him.
almost like a short hop going left on him, and then just a perfect one hopper. Ugh.
Did you one hop it on purpose? You knew that was the best
Yeah,
way for it to get
I
there?
mean, as an outfielder,
That's a good question. What are you laughing at?
But
If he had the arm to get it there without.
well, relax. He could
no,
have.
as
it
a-
could be
as
easier for
an
the
out-
catcher if it's a one hop.
as an outfielder that doesn't have a cannon for an arm, I was trained to you one hop everything. So, as a base runner, if you see a ball too high, you keep on running. So I never wanted to miss my cutoff man.
Jeff,
That
what
was
was,
my thing.
what was that like in that season 2003 where you are Mr. Marlin playing for the Orioles and then you get traded to this team where
I remember this. It was a Sunday game. I was like, I gotta go. We did it in the. I heard about it in the morning. I beelined over to the stadium.
and so this team is obviously doing well, succeeding, sort of going for a playoff push. And then Mr. Marlin, who hasn't been here all year long, joins the team. Were there anybody kind of looking at you sideways, or was it always just full embrace?
You mean from the team themselves?
Correct.
Full embrace. But, like you said, I'm in Baltimore. Really enjoyed playing in that city and that stadium. And back then, not a whole lot of interleague interaction with the Orioles or the Marlins. So I had no idea about the team. I knew they were fairly close to the top of the wild card standings. But when I got traded back, I knew nothing about the Marlins. And when I arrived, I literally made the deal on an airplane flying across country. Thank God they had the phones that used to be in the back of the headrest.
So expensive to use those phones.
I don't even know. I don't even know what the bill was. I swiped a credit card, but I'm talking to my wife, who's talking to David and Larry Beinfest, who's talking to my agent, and literally got the deal done at 11:58 p.m. when I'm over the Mississippi
time
or
zone?
something like that. It was crazy.
Eastern, because that's the trade
Eastern time,
deadline.
yeah.
Back then, they moved the deadline to 6 p.m. now because nobody wanted to be on the phone at midnight.
Did you have any idea leading up to? Because it was conversation down here. Marlins fans just starting. Marlins might trade for Conine. Did you know in the days leading up that they might bring you back?
Absolutely nothing. We had just finished a series in Seattle. We get to the airport, and you are on the bus, and then you got your table there with TSA to check you before you get on the plane. And I decided to wait on the bus for a little bit to let the line go down, and I'm the only one in the back of the bus. and our GM at the time, Jim Beattie, gets on the bus, and there are two guys at the very front, and he walks by them and starts walking back towards me, looking at me, and I'm like, well, something's going on because he never gets on the player's bus. And he sits down next to me and he says, well, we got a tentative deal worked out to take you back to Florida, and but there's some negotiations to be had. And I'm like, what? And I got to get on the plane. I'm not going to not get on the plane. So I get on the plane and I don't know what to do. So I called my wife beforehand, and she's going berserk, ecstatic that I get to go back home. And then from then on, it's like, all right, I'll be calling you. And I swipe my card, and every 30 minutes I'm checking in this whole negotiation.
And you have your Oriole teammates, though, who are on the flight, like, next to you.
Yeah, they're like, dude, what's going on? And then finally at the end, Larry Beinfus says, Jeff, we have 2 minutes. If you don't tell me right now, this is not going to go through. You're not going to be on the postseason roster. I said, all right, let's do it. And then I put the phone back in there and went up and down the aisle of the plane and said, see you later, fellas. I'm gone on when we get back to Baltimore.
You hopped out on a parachute and you were a Marlin.
Yeah, right. And then
drove in to run his first at bat.
He was awesome the rest of the season.
It was a foul ball, but it's still.
Hey, whatever, dude. RBI's an RBI.
How is he your friend?
Sack fly. Right?
It's just business.
Who needs enemies when you got friends like David? I love you.
What's the deal with this bus the two of you own together?
Oh, yeah.
That David always brags about. But
Can I
doesn't
finish
seem
my
to-
story, please?
Yeah,
sure,
man.
whatever.
We're reminiscing.
Thank you. This guy's a pain, isn't he?
It's a wild
the
bit.
tangent. What's the tangent about?
Mr. Marlin, with all due
I just
respect,
want to finish this.
it is a Wild Billy Wednesday.
Go ahead.
As you
finish.
All right. Anyway, I come from Camden Yards, a cathedral of baseball. We're getting $45,000 a night. I don't know anything about the Marlins. I fly overnight and I get back to South Florida. I
Pro
set up my
Player
locker.
Stadium.
We are not taking batting practice. It's a Labor Day. I think it's a Monday game. It's 1 billion degrees out. And we can do everything underneath in the tunnel. So I do all my warm-ups and I run out to my position. I turn around and I see 65,000 orange seats. And I'm like, what the hell did I just do?
So inspiring.
I
You
went
got
from the
an extra
cathedral.
year.
I went to the cathedral.
That's what
Don't
you
start.
did.
No. Don't start. Cathedral baseball to I don't know what I did. There's nobody there on this Labor Day. But within a week, I will say I had more fun with that team in the month and a half that I was with them than any team I've ever played on.
Darren Dalton? Any good stories?
Wrong. Oh, yeah. Well, no, not that we can say. God.
You can say anything.
I know you can. But
That's the best part about this is you're just supposed to say it while saying that was a 97 guy
it was a 97.
who was part of the
my
fire
bad.
sale.
But he
awesome.
came in and he took my position basically. We platooned at first base, and after the World Series, after everything, I could have been bitter and not like that move. But I will say he was one of the best teammates I ever had.
So it's a little like Corbin Burnson and Charlie Sheen in Major League, where there's a problem. There's been some nefarious activity, and then they hug once they win it. Did you hug Darren when Council Game 7? When it's
No,
over?
I had nothing against Darren Dalton. I had against the front office at the time because I was not informed of the trade before it happened. My wife got up that morning. It was Sunday morning. We got the newspaper, when you got the newspaper back in the day. And she said, hey, do you know that you guys traded for Darren Dalton? And they say in this article that he's going to play first base. And I'm like, nope, I had no idea.
Did you expect Dombrowski to talk to you?
Yes, I think I was owed that after 5 years. I didn't really was informed of anything. So I got to the ballpark and I acted dumb and I just got to my locker and all of a sudden I've got Le Batard was probably in front of me asking me questions about the trade. And I'm
Is
like,
this the lowest point of your life?
I'm like, what are you talking about? Trade what? And they're all looking at me like, you guys just traded for Darren Dalton and he's going to be platooning with you at first base. I'm like, news to me. So
I don't think they owed you that.
no,
It's not how. I mean, the players sometimes complain.
Mr. Marlin though. I mean, come on.
Were you Mr. Marlin then?
Yeah.
Yeah, by then he was.
Yeah.
What year
It's
did you
It's
coordinate
5
him?
years.